All right, I'm a little late to the party here because I was traveling this weekend. I don't even know if I want to even refer to this as a party, but also sorry if my voice sounds weird. I'm still recovering from being sick, so still feeling a little under the weather. But we have some new Project Renee leaks from the SIMS labs, and honestly at this point, I'm truly convinced that EA is literally trying to kill the Sims or sabotage the Sims, because what is this? Trust me, I understand that this is in pre-alpha, but I swear this does not look anything like the prototypes that they had shared initially, especially with the way that the lighting and the textures looked in that. And then seeing some of the stuff that's leaked now 2 days ago, it just looks like a really bad mobile game. It looks like The Sims Mobile, but worse. And honestly, now knowing that, Grant has left the team, I just can't help but feel like this was meant to be The Sims 5 at one point, and then they just rolled it back. Because why would he leave the team, move to another studio working on a life simulation title when he's with the Electronic Arts? Like, they run the market, Maybe there was a shift in direction. Maybe EA didn't want to go forward with The Sims 5. I don't know. Maybe this was never meant to be The Sims 5, but I can't help but feel like at one point it was. So there is a post over on Reddit that was published 2 days ago now with lots of information and pictures. I had to edit my post because there was some massive misinformation going around. Project Renee is not canceled. This playtest is currently ongoing. The screenshots are from September 27th on a live server. The only difference is that it is no longer going to be the internal name of The Sims 5. The game is still coming out, it's just not going to be called The Sims 5. I am back once again to post more coverage of the upcoming game from EA/Maxis titled Project Renee. This game was formerly known as The Sims 5, which we all know is canceled now. To be clear, this game was previously advertised and flaunted as the next generation of The Sims. Just yesterday, a small-scale playtest was hosted containing a new section of the game containing a basic live mode. I have personally played the game for a couple of hours now, and I will be sharing a lot of my findings. Note, this is likely a part 1 of this full leak. We are working on a full data mine as we speak to hopefully uncover some more hidden details, similarly to the previous Renee-related posts from a few months ago. You can find my previous posts containing screenshots, videos from the first build containing the full map, plus build mode here. So here are some screenshots in which we have already seen. This is coming from the first initial playtest. There were even video clips inside of the build mode as they built and furnished. But with the latest leak, we have some new information. So what is Project Renee? From the Google Play Store itself, The Sims Labs, The Hub. Details about this game: explore a Parisian neighborhood full of unique activities and stylish rewards. Welcome to The Sims Labs, The Hub. Pick your sim, each a unique character with their own story, and join friends and other players to explore a vibrant Parisian neighborhood together. Claim new outfits from the thrift shop by working at a local cafe or by completing quests. Make your wishes come true at the Plaza Fountain. Discover hidden collectibles, meet the locals, and more. The Sims Labs games are prototype experiences focused on testing small chunks of a larger game concept. The features in this app do not necessarily represent the direction or content of any upcoming Sims game. So I guess they have to put that as a disclaimer. And what we're seeing is pre-alpha. The textures are bad. The characters look bad. Yes, I guess it could improve, but I don't know, just like the general overall vibe of what has leaked just does not look good. It really does just look like The Sims Mobile. And obviously we already know this game is going to be an online game. That's kind of the whole point of this, is I feel like it's basically just a modern version of The Sims Online, since we already know The Sims 5 isn't coming anytime soon. So we already saw one of these pictures here, but there are now some new ones for this Project Renee for The Sims Labs. Work at a cafe, play with friends, explore the neighborhood, and unlock new outfits. It's kind of giving that one online game Habbo. Do you guys remember that? Oh my gosh. The bigger picture, based on previously generally known information about this game, to put it simply, Project Renee takes place in a Paris-inspired world. It's just one game, part of a much larger container called The Sims Hub. This is not anything leaked and was actually shown off previously at the EA Investor Day not too long ago. Screenshot here. The Sims Hub contains The Sims 4, My Sim, Sims, the Sims Project Stories, and of course, Project Renee. Project Renee is focused heavily on a collaborative multiplayer experience where Sims can travel to and interact in the game area. They can talk to each other, work with each other, build friendships and relationships with other real players, and there is even a text voice chat function. You can also build/buy together in a multiplayer session. There are still NPC Sims you can interact with, much like previous Sims installments. This doesn't really surprise me. We already knew most of this information. The text and voice chat is kind of worrisome though. I really do hope it stays as just like private chat lobbies, because can you imagine having text and voice chat with public lobbies and public servers? I can just already see the toxicity, and I honestly hate online games like that. So for the gameplay from this playtest is focused solely on a very small portion of the whole game. The elements such as build mode and owning your own apartments from the first playtest is completely absent from this build. In this build, there is no Create a Sim. It was confirmed from a developer that it is coming in a future playtest. You are able to pick from 4 preset Sims shown below in the screenshots section. There is also no preset names for these Sims. There was one Sim I managed to glitch into that did have a preset name, Rory. This character is not obtainable legitimately. Once your Sim is picked, the game will immediately display some initial quests to get you started. These quests change daily. The main gameplay of this build has you working at a cafe with other players. Once you start working, NPC Sims will start coming in and sitting down. Somebody has to take their order, and it will display a bubble above their head showing espresso or croissant. They cannot choose more than one item at a time, for example croissant or coffee. This is the main way to earn money in this build, and it can get very repetitive and grindy after a while, especially since the jobs don't give you that much simoleons. The other way to make simoleons is just by leveling up. You can earn XP from wishing at the fountain, talking to Sims, or completing quests or working at the cafe. There were only 5 levels to obtain during this test, each one giving simoleons or a new name badge. You can spend those hard-earned simoleons at the clothing shop. You cannot customize your outfit and are forced to choose between 5 preset outfits shown in better detail in the screenshots section. I am not sure at the moment which of these outfits are different depending on which character you choose during the introduction, and there is no way to reset your Sim at the moment to choose a different character. So this is all I can show at the moment. So here's a look at the Sims. Our first one is a social butterfly who's always on the go. They love good food, dramatic movies, and strong espresso. Our second one is a lover of nature who wants to bring more beauty to the world around them. They're just as likely to be found daydreaming on a park bench or rocking out to their favorite tunes. Our third one is a poet and an artist. They're always on the lookout for inspiration. A bit of an introvert, they can often be found at the cafe with their nose in a book. And our last one is a curious student new to town, captivated by the city's vibrant culture, armed with a positive attitude and a fresh notebook. They're excited to meet new people and make some lasting memories. It really just feels like a mobile version of The Sims 4 with worse graphics, honestly. So here is a look at some of the graphics as well. Gosh, these Sims look so bad. They're so terrible. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, this looks worse than The Sims free play to me. Like, what? I think this game being available on mobile and having mobile capabilities is what's really gonna hold it back from, looking absolutely incredible. The fact that this is gonna be a 2025, a 2026 game versus The Sims 4 that's a 2014 game, and The Sims 4 is likely gonna end up looking better than this is just, it's kind of crazy. Our third one here is gameplay. The UI, I'm not a fan of it. It just, again, looks like mobile UI. I don't know, maybe this is the mobile version. Maybe the PC version is gonna have a different UI experience. I don't know, but I don't like anything that I'm seeing here. There's the work tasks up there. Cafe shift is ending, cafe shift is over. There's like little objectives, goals to do, and things to complete. There's a little to-do list here on the second one. Even with like the to-dos and the tasks and the rewards hordes of 10 simoleons. Like, find something to eat, 10 simoleons. It's giving mobile experience. It really is. I don't expect this to be a full-fledged out game like The Sims is. I truly think this is gonna be a giant commercial failure, honestly. And I don't even know why they're even wasting their time working on a mobile or online experience for The Sims, like a modern one. It's just not what people want. People want a new generation of The Sims. And you know, their whole excuse with, well, you know, we've been at this for 10 years. We don't want people to lose their saves and their families and legacies. That really is such a terrible excuse because, you know, okay, well then what happens in 5 more years? Are you gonna say the same thing, but now, well, it's been 15 years of The Sims 4. We don't want people to lose their saves and their legacies and all of that stuff. The reasoning that they have used now for continuing The Sims 4, that doesn't get better with time. It just gets worse with time. As more time goes by, there's gonna be more saves, more legacies, and more time with them. So if anything, the best time to stop The Sims 4 and move to a new generation is now. It was 5 years ago, you know? Waiting doesn't make this any better, it just makes it worse. So I find it really interesting they use that as an excuse because I think it's a really terrible one. Again, I know it's pre-alpha, but the meshing on some of this stuff just looks so terrible. Like the one shot of the cafe booth. Like, what is this? That looks atrocious. Like even the graphics in Habbo are better than this. Yeah, it's just, you know, we do have some graphic settings, you know, the UI scale, text size, you can control volume and audio settings. They do have graphics here, shadows max, view distance max, anti-aliasing max, and post-processing max. Whoever leaked this stuff, they have everything on max and it still looks terrible. That is definitely a major concern. You can adjust camera speed if you want to invert the cameras or change the field of view. And then there is a miscellaneous loading screen image here. It says this playtest is confidential and you should not post thoughts, videos, screenshots, or discussions about the playtest on social media or the internet. Well, just like what happened with the first leak and then the second leak, here we go again. It's never not going to happen. If you're gonna let people play this, especially a large number of players, this stuff is going to leak and they need to realize that at this point, you know? And honestly, I think it's for the best because people need to be seeing what's going on with this game because it's very clear they need to be writing down our thoughts and feedback on a larger scale because I have a feeling a lot of people are just not going to like this, you know? So to finish up this Reddit post here, first of all, the graphics genuinely do look like this. It's not your device, it's not compression. It does have a weird blur over everything and looks very grainy. I won't pick at the graphics too hard because optimization is usually the last stage of game development and it's clear they've opted for performance over visual clarity. Also, apologies for the heavy censoring with online games like this. Every interaction is logged on the server. I wanted to hide as much information as possible. This is also why there are no videos. Final remarks, please feel free to ask me any questions about this playtest and I will answer to the best of my ability. I have access until tomorrow night so I can fulfill any requests until then. After that, it's all just based on previous knowledge. Thank you. They're not gonna be playtesting nothing no more, guys. This is kind of crazy. Oh my gosh. You know, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. I personally think this looks terrible. I really do think EA is literally trying to kill The Sims with this. Like, why? Who asked for this? No one is actually asking for this. I really don't see why this is going to be the next big thing with The Sims. I truly don't see it being popular. I really don't. Share your thoughts on all of this leaked stuff, the way the characters look, the graphics. I'm sure there's going to be more eventually sometime soon. This playtest was rolled out to a decent amount of people from what I know, so we will learn more soon. That's gonna be it for me though for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care. Happy life simming.